Hi, I'm Sam Stew, and welcome to Gold Nuggets. So, today we'll be looking at credit reports. What is a credit report? Now, this is a detailed breakdown of your loan history, your record of repayment, and your management of these loans. Simply put, it's a report card on your loans and your behavior towards repayment of these loans. The agency that collects the information is called the credit bureau. Now, they collect information from your existing and past lenders, from other sources such as government, and they put this information together in a report format that they make available to prospective lenders at a fee. It is important to know that as a consumer, you are also entitled to one free copy of your credit report per annum. Now, there are two major bureaus in Jamaica. They are Credit Info Jamaica Limited. They are located at the Towers, 25 Dominica Drive, Kingston 5. And there is also CRIF Info Bureau Jamaica Limited, and they are located at Unit 64, Winchester Business Center, Kingston 10. Who provides information to the Bureau? Commercial banks, building societies, credit unions, microfinance institutions, hire purchase companies, student loan bureau, and utility companies. The information they provide would include loan amount and loan type, your repayment history, details of existing and past loans, type of security, type of guarantee, and if you have any current lawsuits, judgments, or bankruptcies. Now, the Credit Bureau uses the previously mentioned information. They do an analysis of that, right? And then they form conclusions, which they will represent in the form of numerical or alphabetical scores. Now, the score range is usually between 250 to 900. Now, this information that comes up on your credit report lasts for 7 years. And again, I implore you to pull your free credit report and review it, especially before you make a decision to approach an institution to borrow, right? The credit bureaus are still fairly new. The credit reporting system is still fairly new to Jamaica, and there are instances where errors may be reported, and it's not a good look to find out about these errors when it is that we have already engaged an institution. So pull your free credit report, take a look at it, and if there's anything reported that may not be true, take that opportunity to file a dispute. You can file a dispute with the Bureau, who will make contact with the institution to clarify the situation. Or you can make your dispute directly with the institution, the company, and then if it is after they've done their checks and balances that they agree with you that it's an error, they will reach out to the Bureau and update the information. So it's important to do that from early. That's for your own benefit. There are some people that will find out that loans that they had in the past that they thought or assumed was closed, they intended to close, they even took the steps, right, to instruct the institution to close the account, thought all was well. 5 years later, when they're doing new business and the credit report is pulled, that is when they find out that there is a judgment against them, or they find out that that loan is at a debt collector, and of course they're gonna have a very poor score, sometimes no score at all. And let me tell you, when the bureau gives you the report and you have no score, they also list the reasons why you have no score or why your score is poor. There are other instances where you will get a no score and it has nothing to do with your past loans. There are instances, especially for the young people just leaving school, you don't have any credit history, or you may have just opened a credit somewhere, and as such, if the bureau has too little information to make a determination, they will just not score you. That's not necessarily looked at as something bad, but what would be good, especially for you young people, is to take out a facility, a small one that you can manage, and use it and pay it well, very well. So one such facility that persons tend to use is a credit card. So you can take out a credit card with a very small balance. You have the cash to do the business. For example, go to the supermarket, use the card instead, and then you take the cash that you have and repay the card. And that will help to build your credit. So as we have touched the credit card, that little, that advertisement with the gummy bear that is sour and then sweet, that's your credit card. It can be so sweet and it can be so sour. You have to manage yourself well when you have a credit card because it's very tempting, right? You have to manage yourself very well with a credit card. Now, here are some do's. I found this generally on the internet. Now, these are some do's. When you have your credit card, please do pay more than the minimum required payment. And trust me, especially if you max out your card and you're paying the minimum payment each and every time, you're not done pay that for now. Pay on time. Don't pay after the due date. Pay on time. Manage your billing cycle. What happened to me one time is that I paid too early. And because I paid too early, in my mind, I made a payment, right? When I got my bill, it said that I did not make a payment because I made the payment outside of the billing cycle. So pay attention to your billing cycle and manage it well. And please do review your bills when you get them. When you get them, look at the transaction history. Remember that a card is, I think it's the number one way. All right, let me not assume. A card is usually the go-to for fraud. So be careful with your card, check your transaction history, and it's also good to set up alerts. So each time you use your card, you will get a notification either in your email or as a text message. Please do not use your credit card to supplement your income. Tell you about the temptation. Do not use your credit card to supplement your income. Live within your means. Don't maintain high limits if it is that you don't have more than a minimum payment, or it grossly exceeds what your salary is per month. Don't open yourself up to that temptation of having very high limits on your credit card. Do not apply for other credit cards if you still have a balance on your existing card or cards that is never ending in terms of repayment. So it never augurs well for you to do that. Pay off the existing debt, or just ensure that it's manageable enough where you can see yourself, taking on another unsecured loan. Because a credit card is an unsecured loan, It is an unsecured loan. And please don't give nobody else your card to use. Don't give anybody access to your card to use, right? Unless it's a responsible person. I mean, things can happen, and sometimes you might send somebody with your card to do business for you because you're physically unable to do so. But don't make it a habit that somebody has access to your card, because the temptation is real as real for you as it is for somebody else who will view it as free money. So please guard your card. As I mentioned before, your credit card is an unsecured loan. When was the last time you checked the interest rate on your credit card? When was the last time, I'm going to repeat, you checked the interest rate on your credit card? So think about when you're going to take a mortgage or a car loan or another type of unsecured loan, and you're bawling about the interest rates, but we never seem to bawl about the credit card rates, Check your credit card rate. Look at your bill. The credit card rates are usually in the 40s or 50s. That's percent per annum, right? And that is why it's important that you manage your card well and not have the high limits where you would tend to max out and then you're going to have a burden to repay. So lastly, I just want to talk about guarantors. Now, a guarantor is somebody that makes a commitment to repay a loan for someone, can be a loved one, a family member, a friend. You vouch to make a payment for that person if that person defaults on their loans. And usually it's for somebody who is marginally qualifying for a loan, and as such, the bank or the institution may ask them to get somebody else to, provide some form of cushion, some form of support, and some form of assurance that the loan will be repaid. So I just want to bring your attention to the fact that the primary applicant's management of these loans will also affect your credit report, and your credit rating. Now, if you guaranteed a loan for Mary Brown and Mary Brown stopped paying that loan, and then there are instances where you are not contacted, you are not informed that the loan is going in arrears, and so you're unaware. Now, that bad loan information is going to come up on your credit report and it's going to affect your rating. It's going to drag down your rating. So guys, please, if you're guaranteeing a loan for someone, overseas they call it co-signing. If you're doing that for somebody, ensure that it's somebody that is responsible. Ensure that you check in on these loans. Do a flash check. Just drop in, at least once a year. Just do a little check just to ensure that everything is okay, because you want to ensure that you're providing the support for this person, but at the same time you have to be wise and you have to ensure that you're not jeopardizing your own self for when you decide to do future new business. Now, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. Thank you for watching.